Regan Slaymaker for International Boxing News. I was pleased to be joined by George Liddard. I mean, Chris sparring on Christmas Day and then sparring John Ryder today, mate. I mean, how was your Christmas as well, and how's the sparring going as well?
It was a good Christmas. Plenty of graft put in, let's put it that way, yeah. Up here Christmas morning sparring. Boxing Day we had our double sessions. Definitely worked off that Christmas turkey, let's put it that way. Yeah, good 10 rounds in the bank today with John. I enjoy being in the gym, you know, I'm a workaholic, so I love this.
Definitely, mate. Obviously, you're a workaholic, and it showed. Obviously, you've had a very active 2023. When we look back on it, 4 fights, 4 wins. I mean, could 2023 have gone better for you, mate?
Honestly, you know, the only way it could have gone better is I got out in the last 2. But, you know, listen, since I turned pro in November, I've had 5 fights, you know, 5 wins, and I'm very grateful for that. Grateful for the opportunities I've been given, you know, to box on big cards, you know, Joshua, AJ's card, you know, just to name one. Yeah, you know, 4 fights, 4 wins in 2023. I'm going to push on and hopefully do the same in 2024. Stay unbeaten, keep winning, and yeah, no, you're going to see some very explosive performances. Obviously partnered up with Tony Sims. I think it's bringing out a really good style in me, and yeah, I think the best of me is definitely yet to come. And I think as I step up the levels, you're going to see a better me every fight.
Definitely. Before we get on to that, mate, the fights in 2023, we were just talking a little bit off camera. Does that fight on the AJ undercard against Bas Osterwegal kind of stand out as the one you remember from 2023 the most?
100%. That's been my favourite fight yet, you know. It's the toughest one. I had to, you know, dig deep and stay switched on in that fight because, you know, he really came to win. I've not been like a typical, you know, early fighter. I've took on some decent fighters early on. You know, 3 winning records now in my last 3 fights, and yeah, I think I've improved. You know, the last performance not my best, but I showed I had what it takes. I can box, I can move, I can make people look very, very, very average. You know, yeah, all credit, like I say, to Bas Osterwegal. He's definitely been the best fight so far, but there's gonna be plenty more nights like that, and I'm very much looking forward to putting on, you know, a show for the people.
Definitely. I mean, we were just saying off camera, I'll say it to you again. I mean, I thought you boxed brilliantly that night. It was just a case that Bas Osterwegal, I don't know what he ate for putting his Weetabix that morning, but he wouldn't be denied. It was an excellent fight, and I think if you fought anyone else at that level, you probably would have stopped them that night as well, mate. And obviously, we push on to kind of like raising up the levels. Obviously, we've spoken about titles before, and I don't want to sound like a broken record, but is kind of that getting in that position for that English title, or a bit ahead of that, is that kind of your aim for by the end of 2024?
100%. If I've not, you know, challenged for it, I want to at least have put myself in good stead to say, here we go, let's push on now, let's win some titles in 2025. You know, I know what I'm capable of. I've got a good team around me, they're experienced, so they know not to rush me. You know, I'm 21 years old. You know, I've already had 5 fights at 21, and I'm just getting started. You know, I'm enjoying the gym. I'm obsessed with this sport. I'm obsessed, and I'm obsessed with, you know, becoming one of the greatest fighters there is. And I think, you know, getting myself in position to win titles, winning titles, that's the goal for 2024, 100%.
Definitely, mate. And your first steps on your way to titles in 2024. I mean, Tony gave me a little bit of an exclusive before you guys came in today. Obviously, this interview won't be released until it's announced. But first fight of 2024 is in Las Vegas on the Conor Benn undercard, mate. You must be buzzing.
What can I say? You know, thank you to Matchroom, thank you to Tony, thank you to God, you know, for giving me these opportunities. You know, to box in Las Vegas, like, only, you know, 1% of fighters ever get to do that. And yeah, it's been a dream since. I always knew one day, you know, I'd box, I'd headline at Las Vegas one day. But for me to box in Las Vegas this early in my career, what an unbelievable opportunity, you know. And I'm gonna grab it with both hands, and you're gonna see a vicious performance come February the 3rd.
Definitely, mate. Oh, well, I look forward to seeing it. Well, I look forward to... Actually, I think I've got another exclusive. I think it's being catered for English time zone as well, because obviously there's so many Brits on the card. That's what I've been told anyway. So I look forward to seeing you at a reasonable time, not 4 o'clock in the morning. But do you think kind of these experiences, kind of obviously going over to the LA so early on in your career, fighting in LA? Obviously you're flying over there. I think soon to start camp over there at the new Churchill's Matchroom gym that was recently announced as well. I mean, obviously having all that, do you think that put you in good preparation kind of for fights down the line when you obviously fight for a world title in Vegas and then defend it in the UK as well?
100%. You know, we're going. I think next Saturday we're going out to LA. Gonna get some good sparring over there for a couple of weeks. And obviously you've got John fighting in Phoenix, Arizona. So we'll probably go over there. May get some sparring out there as well. And then we head over to Vegas for Conor's fight card, which I'm boxing on. Sparring out there is gonna be amazing. You know, there's gonna be a lot of people. I'm sure. I'm an English matchroom fighter. They're gonna want to make a name for themselves. You know, and that spurs me on. You know, I like having good boys in sparring. I think if you don't practice it in the gym, when you get in the ring and you got someone on you, like Bas for example, people crumble. So I think having hard spars, you got to have a mix, you know. And I think having hard spars, and which I'm hoping, you know, we're going to get some of out there. I think it's character building, and it's important, especially early in my career, you know, to have that toughness, the mental toughness, to go for a week like we've had this week, you know, the triangles, the stairs. And then on Friday doing 10 rounds with, you know, a world level fighter in John Ryder, it's building me, and I'm really looking forward to what the future holds, because, you know, I'm 21, like I said, I'm not in my prime yet. Give me another few years and, you know, I'm going to be a big danger for either the middle or the super middle division.
Definitely, maybe 3-weight world champion going up to light heavy as well, mate. And also, can I just say as well, like, a testament to you guys, obviously people talk about sacrifices in this sport, like, not many people come in here on Christmas Day and do rounds. I know it's boxing, but I think the thought of doing your job on Christmas Day to most people is a nightmare. So credit to you, mate. We did, and also my final one about going over to Las Vegas. How much of the Billericay Massive is going to be flying over there, mate? Obviously, Jimmy made a good point. Obviously, Johnny Fisher's flying over there. A lot of the Essex Massive was probably going with him, but obviously, is there any of the Billericay Massive heading out there?
There should be. I've had a few people saying they're going to come, but listen, I understand, you know, other side of the water, and that it's not the cheapest of nights, but you know, for those that do come, it's going to be a great night of boxing. I'm sure we're going to see a few Billericay. I've got a family coming out, plenty of family, and I've heard a few people saying they're going to come. So fingers crossed, some of them come out there and I can put on a big performance for them.
Definitely, I feel like you, Jimmy, and Johnny Fisher should do like joint T-shirts. I feel like joint matchroom merch. I think Eddie would love that, and they'd sell like hotcakes as well, mate. My final two, George. Obviously, end of year kind of interview comes with sort of end of year awards as well. I've asked Jimmy this. I want to ask you, who are your fighter and fight of the year for 2023, mate?
Fighter of the year, you know, there's many great fighters around at the moment. I think we're seeing a good selection of fighters at the minute, at this moment in time, but you know, I think Naoya Inoue, I think I said it right, I hope I didn't butcher his name, that Japanese monster they call him, he stands out for me, you know. I think, is he undisputed in 4? He's been undisputed in, I don't know how many weight categories, but I know he two-weight undisputed world champion. Pretty sure he's won world titles in multiple, 3, 4, 4 is it? 4. For me, you know, he just stands out, and this year he beat Fulton. If you ask me, he beat him pretty well and easy. And you know, Fulton was a great fighter. And then what he did with I can't remember his surname. Tapales, thank you. What he did with Tapales. You know, Tapales is a strong guy, you know, and he made him look average. I think obviously Tapales stepped up, you know, in the fight, and you know he came straight back and you know got him out of there, you know. So I think Inoue for me probably fighter of the year.
Definitely, I couldn't agree. And your fight of the year as well, mate. What would you say that is?
If we're talking 6-rounders, I think Liddard Osterwegal's up there. I've seen many people say it, so that was a 6-round war. But you know, for 12 rounds, you know, big fights. I think Wood Lara was this year. The first one I thought was a great fight. For me, Caldina Rakimov, how can I forget that one?
I hope Joe isn't watching this interview, mate, that you forgot his fight.
Honestly, I can't believe that. I was ringside for that as well. For me, I think because I was ringside for that fight, being there, experiencing it all, and obviously, you know, Joe Caldina being a teammate of mine, it made everything so much more intense. So I might even have to back you on that one as well, you know. Caldina Rakimov, unbelievable 12-round fight. So, I think we'll go with that one.
Definitely, mate. And if I'm
another mention as well, Ryder Canelo, great fight. You know, John showed absolute heart in that fight. Nose broken from I think it was the second early rounds, and to come back like he did in those last couple rounds. You know, if that was a 15-round fight, I'd have loved to have seen how those last few rounds went, because John's an animal. You know, he still had plenty in the tank, I think. So yeah, another suggestion there.
Definitely. I mean, Canelo, right, what a fight. I remember, I think Buatsi fought earlier in the night, and then I remember getting up in the middle of the night watching that on my phone because I was staying at my nan's and she doesn't have internet. So that was, mate, what a fight that was as well. And obviously thoroughly expecting John to do the business against Munguia as well.
Yeah, no, I'm expecting a good result there. I think John's got what it takes, and I think they've got a good plan in place to beat Munguia, and looking forward to it. Hopefully be there watching.
Definitely, I look forward to that one. My final one, George. Any final thoughts or messages to the Billericay Massive as well at the end of 2023, heading into 2024?
Yeah, honestly, everyone who's got on the Liddard Army train and supported me, massive appreciation to all of you. It doesn't go unnoticed. People being there. I think every fight, the following's grown. More tickets have been sold each fight, so for that I'm very grateful. And yeah, I just want to do my club West Ham proud, do my town Billericay proud, do my family proud, and I'm doing it for my future too. So yeah, doing it for everyone.
You definitely are, and if you haven't watched George fight live, the George Liddard Army are loud, mate. But George Liddard, thank you very much, mate, and we'll catch up soon. Best of luck, Feb 3.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.